About to show you something really stupid. Those of you that watch my channel, you know I very, very rarely swear. Please don't hold it against me. I was stinking mad, losing my mind. These are things you should not do on your brakes. Show you something really fucking stupid. Stupid ass people do because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. There is no reason this bolt should be this fucking tight. I'll tell you how this works. Pin slides in and out of here.
Oh my God, came right out.
Yes, dirt to dirt. I called it a freaking pin because if you take the caliper off, it'll slide right out. These bolts are only about 25 foot-pounds. You just look up the spec reading on Google or something like that. It's easy as hell. Don't put fucking Loctite on these bolts. Fucking retards. Think while you got your fucking brain cooked on freaking watching 30-second fucking TikTok so you have the attention span of an amoeba. Probably the same type of person that burns the freaking toast. Every freaking time. Well, I've toast before. This bolt that holds this brake caliper down is 8 millimeters by 1.25. And when we look at the torque chart, torque specifications can be found on something called interwebs. We'll use things like Bing, Googler. Back in my day, we had Dogpile. But when you look on them, there's all these here little charts right here that show you all this stuff and links and bolts and tell you the specifications of these here bolts. Freaking no, it's hard for you people to get it through your tiny little skulls. Numbers are not just made up. The reason for it, bolt size, thread pitch, the material that the bolt is made out of. Not General Motor, not freaking Ford, Dodge. They don't just make this stuff up. Now I know you don't want to listen to me because same type of person that says it wasn't your fault that gas prices are so high. Same person that says there's no border problem. This is exactly why you know not only how to do something, but why the fuck you're doing it in the first place. Not that your brain isn't cooked on freaking amphetamines. Never in a million years have to get out a 500 foot-pound, 600 foot-pound gun to brake pin bolt out. Bolts on the back of here, totally different story. So for you ignoramuses that think you know everything, these bolts on the back of here are the ones you put freaking Loctite on. Hold on the bracket. When you put Loctite on the other bolts, you can't get the freaking brake caliper off. And then that becomes all sorts of situations. I set out my freaking day to teach Patty Ray how to do brakes. Hell, most of us learn how to do brakes before we even learn how to drive a manual. Brake caliper bracket bolts are a totally different freaking story. They're as tight as shit. Maybe 120. I don't even know. It's stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. All right, pole smokers, I want you guys to think about this. This pin is not held in by anything. It just moves back and forth right here. Literally a pin that moves back and forth. You tightening up the bolt does nothing. Nothing. If this brake pad was gone, or this brake pad was gone, where the hell is this caliper gonna go? You got a wheel right here. Wait, or you tell me that, oh, my car's got big old wheels. You might be the problem, not the torque of the bolts. These bolts do not have to be over tightened. They definitely don't need Loctite. They use small bolts for a reason. The only way that caliper is gonna push too much pressure to push them bolts out is if the pin is seized. If you're doing your brakes right, actually paying attention to something somebody says, your pins will never seize. So on the brake caliper bolts, there's never a reason to over torque them. We'll either strip out the bolts, break the bolts, cause all sorts of problems, and then I can't teach my wife how to do frickin' brakes. Then I gotta make stupid ass videos to teach stupid ass people stupid things that they should not have been doing to begin with. This is why I say on my channel, it's not only about how to do something, it's also about why you're doing it. Jesus. Don't get it twisted up in your fried little brain. Okay, the caliper is like a clamp. It goes around the rotor. I'm not saying don't tighten up the bolts to the specification. I'm saying don't freaking over tighten them. It creates problems for people that don't know. One thing that most people do on their cars all over the world is their brakes. Jackasses do stupid stuff like put on Loctite. Fucking with the next person. Please stop. Inform yourself.